There are over 11,000 students at Western Illinois University from all over the world, but they all have one thing in common: the classroom. We interviewed a few students at WIU to ask them their opinion of the classroom.
I'm Wesley Julian. I'm a broadcasting major and I'm a junior. I decided to come to Western mainly because the jazz program that I heard, really good things about, and had some people that I knew were coming up here as well. So before I came here, I ended up getting a degree in audio engineering, so I wanted to further that and get into the broadcasting field. Most of the professors I've encountered have actually been quite intriguing. They try to figure out how to keep all the students engaged, whether it's through doing in-class activities or just having them be hands-on, especially like getting out in the field and just really being active doing things. So, uh, just let's see what keeps me engaged in class. uh, Class participation, just interaction between the student and a professor. That's what really keeps me engaged, just versus just lecturing and just talking at me versus talking to me.
While interviewing different students around campus, we discovered that most students have similar opinions about the classroom. We interviewed Samantha Hine, and this is what she had to say.
One of my teachers, my RPTA professor, when he's giving his lecture and talking about the PowerPoint, some teachers tend to just discuss the PowerPoint and not say anything, but he tries to answer questions that about the topic we're talking about and what you would do in that sort of situation and all of that.
We also talked to WIU professor Jasmine Garcia to get her input on how she uses hands-on teaching to keep her students engaged as well as focused in lecture classes.
I think the hands-on part of the class is very important because students need to touch the equipment and they need to do the actual positions that we're talking about during that lecture. Without the hands-on component, the class is definitely not doing what it needs to do. Well, lecture classes, typically you have the faculty who are, just talking to the students, and some faculty will ask questions to students. It'll be a lot of back and forth. Other classes are different. It just really depends on the faculty member and the students themselves and how talkative they are and how much participation we're looking for in a lecture class. In my 247 class is a lot of me talking to the students and talking about what we're going to do coming up later on in the day, or I'm talking about the chapters themselves in the book, and we're going over some of the things that are necessary to understand about studio production. That's something that I don't necessarily break into during the lab time, things that we need to discuss and I need to talk to them about. Lab time is a lot of working with the equipment, and I'll go and split my time between 18 to 20 people depending on how many people are in the class. So there's a lot of autonomy in the class because once people understand the position, they are able to do it, and I move on and help other people. I think the production class, since I started it, has helped out tremendously with all of the productions that we do here at the department. I've noticed production value has really increased for all the newscasts that we do. And I think the sports productions as well are benefiting from it because now students have the opportunity as soon as they get here to learn how to direct shows, learning how to technical direct the shows, learning how to use the audio board. And that's not necessarily something that students were doing.
So it seems to be that WIU students prefer for professors to be more hands-on. By engaging in more hands-on classrooms, you get the experience and knowledge of what you'll actually be doing in your career.